So you have been thinking of moving to Stratford, Ontario and wondering about the pros and the cons, the good and the bad of living in Stratford? Today, I'm going to share 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Stratford, Ontario, shared by my past clients who are currently living there, so that you will get a really hands-on perspective on what it is like to live in Stratford, and we're gonna get after it right now. Hello and welcome. If this is your first time to this channel, be sure to subscribe below and tap on the bell for notification so you can be the first to learn about the current market in and around Kitchener-Waterloo. My name is Dixit. I'm a local real estate agent serving Kitchener-Waterloo and surrounding areas. I've helped many families with their move in and around Kitchener-Waterloo, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 9 months, be sure to reach out. You can call me, you can send me a text, you can even send me an email, or you can even schedule a Zoom call. All the info you will find right below in the description. I'll be more than happy to help you and your family make a smooth move in and around Kitchener-Waterloo. Alright, so first up, let's look at some of the pros. One of the major pros of living in Stratford is the affordable home prices and the lower cost of living. In fact, this is the primary reason why many young families, especially the first-time homebuyers, have been driven towards Stratford, Ontario in the recent past. I'll give you a simple example. Right now, there is a renowned builder building a range of 2-story townhomes in Stratford, Ontario, priced under $600,000, while similar homes being built in Kitchener are being offered around low to mid $700,000. And of course, housing being one of the major chunk of any household budget, it will directly result in overall lower cost of living, and that's why many families find Stratford much more attractive and affordable, while town offers equally great potential for future growth the way it has evolved in the recent past. Next up, we have location. Depends on who you ask, this could either be a pro or a con, but in my opinion, the fact that Stratford is closely located to major cities like Kitchener and Waterloo is a major pro for 2 reasons. First, it gives an option to someone living in Stratford to find work in KW, where work opportunities are far better and it's easily accessible with a short commute distance of say about 25 to 30 minutes. On the other hand, it also gives easy access to great amenities these bigger towns have to offer in terms of shopping and dining options, which are limited in Stratford at the moment. Another major pro for Stratford is the unique small town charm it has to offer, with its cute little downtown filled with local boutique shops and the restaurants. Many families love the suburban feeling this town has to offer while being in close proximity to the Waterloo region. So in other words, it does give you the best of both worlds. However, if you are moving from a bigger town like Toronto to Stratford, you might find it too quiet and suburban in the beginning, with not a lot happening around you, but just know that it's a different lifestyle you are signing up for than what you might be accustomed to living in Toronto, and it might just take a little bit of time to get used to this new lifestyle. If you are a nature lover like myself, you will surely fall in love with Stratford. The town offers amazing access to nature and recreation. There are plenty of parks, trails, and the natural areas all across this town. I can just name a few off the top of my head right now. Places like Avon River and the Victoria Lake at the heart of Stratford. There is no shortage of outdoor activities. Whether you enjoy hiking, fishing, or just taking a relaxing stroll by the water, Stratford has something for everyone. And finally, if safety and overall quality of life is a priority for you and your family, then I can assure you that Stratford will rank on the top of your list. The city has one of the lowest crime rates across the province and offers so much more peaceful living in a quiet and suburban setting. And this is one of the common feedback shared by all the families I spoke with, that they feel much safer and the pace of life is so much slower than some of the bigger cities they had moved from, like Greater Toronto area. Now let's look at some of the downsides. One of the major downsides would be limited shopping options, and you will probably have to drive down to KW for some of your shopping needs. I'll give you a simple example. You will have to drive down to Waterloo for Costco shopping, as we don't have Costco in Stratford just yet. You will surely find the day-to-day stuff from many grocery stores like Walmart, Food Basics, they have Zehrs, and many more. But if you are looking for better options, you will likely have to drive down to one of the bigger malls here in Kitchener or Waterloo. So just be prepared for that. Now, when it comes to employment, Stratford will not give you as many options for the most part. In fact, many people living in Stratford move there with the mindset of having to commute to either Kitchener or Waterloo for work, which is not too bad of a commute if you ask me. You can always try searching for work locally there, but just know that the chances are very slim that you will find work locally right away. As long as you are okay to commute about half an hour each way for work, you'll be fine. After all, it's more of a trade-off for better and more affordable cost of living. And honestly, with the traffic scenes in KW nowadays, it will take you that long even to commute between the Tri-Cities during the peak hours. Location could be a major downside if you are having to commute further away. For example, if you have a close family or a social circle in GTA, or let's say your work is in Toronto and you will need to commute there 2 to 3 days a week, then it will be a long stretch of about an hour and a half each way without traffic. So if majority of your commute is going to be limited to Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, then Stratford can be a great option. But if it is further away, then I personally don't recommend that you consider Stratford, as it will be very hard to commute, especially in those winter months. You are rather better off living in KWC, so you can still have relatively better access to GTA and Toronto. Now, if you're not a big fan of winter, which I suppose you may not be, then I got some bad news for you. Winters in Stratford are colder than usual, and they do get a fair amount of snow there due to the high humidity levels during those winter months. This is partly due to the fact that Stratford is mostly landlocked and doesn't have a major water body surrounding it to help moderate those humidity levels during the winter months. But it's not too bad, to be very frank, but you will definitely feel the difference during those winter months, especially if you're moved from one of the towns surrounded by lake waters where winters are really not as bad. And lastly, if you or someone in your family plan on using public transit, then Stratford may not be as accessible, as it is primarily a car-friendly town. Public transit is pretty good within the city, but when it comes to accessing the nearby towns like KW, which you will probably need to access far too often, your best option would be to have your own car. So just be aware of that. And that pretty much is a wrap to this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about living in Stratford, Ontario after learning this pros and cons. Nonetheless, if you did find some value, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and tap on that bell so YouTube knows I'm doing somewhat good job here. And whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 9 months, be sure to reach out. All the info right below in the description. I'll be more than happy to help you make a smooth move in and around Kitchener-Waterloo. Until next time, I do hope to show you around town.